Okay, so we are at Gatwick Airport in Flight Simulator 2024 this evening, and we're going to be doing a flight with the Airbus A340-300 over to Hamburg. And we can see an EasyJet has lost his way on the taxiway behind us, which is always good to see. Oh, he's found his bearings again. There's a bit of a queue forming behind him. Maybe it's a student pilot, who knows. So while all that's happening, let's go and have a look at the flight plan and see what we're going to be doing today. So this is the Simbrief flight plan I've just filed. So departing Gatwick in a few minutes and flying over to Hamburg. I don't think I've ever flown into Hamburg in the simulator before, so this is going to be interesting. Got Navigraph running in the background so we can go and have a look at the basic routing. So we're going from obviously Gatwick, and we can see that on the ground down here, and we can see where we're parked in the airfield. We are going to be departing runway 26 left, so not much of a taxi today, which is always good. We're going to be following the Fran 1 Mike standard instrument departure, which will take us out over Detling, or Dover Detling, and then out northwards towards Southend direction, and then out across towards Germany. So it shouldn't take too long to get there. Okay, so we'll be crossing the Netherlands and then over to Germany. On the way into Frankfurt, it's the Ribso 3 Delta standard terminal arrival route, or STAR. So this comes in at Ribso, flight level 110 down to 4,000, above 4,000 until we get into the final approach into the airport, which isn't picked up because Navigraph doesn't deal with such details. So it does know we're coming in on a runway 15 though. So ILS for runway 15, if we add that to the route. That's interesting that it's coming straight in, because I'm fairly sure the wind is at an angle there, so it's interesting that that's the routing we've been given. So straight in on runway 15, you can see that there, nice and neat and tidy. And if we miss it, you just go around in a teardrop and come back in again and have another go. It's a 3-degree glide slope, fairly straightforward stuff. Coming in 3,000 feet at Devod. So yeah, if we go, and I've already loaded it into LittleNavMap, but again, LittleNavMap won't have all of the details, I don't think. So if we go into Hamburg and show arrival routes, we can go and put ILS of 15 into the plan, and then it will look broadly the same as we saw previously in Navigraph. Okay, and again, it hasn't got the full routing look because it hasn't got the plate, but it's got part of the vectoring for if you miss the approach. Okay, so should we jump over to the aeroplane? We've got the A340-300 parked here on the ground at Gatwick. We've got Say Intentions running in the background. Obviously, Say Intentions works wonderfully for IFR flights, so this is going to be instrument rules. We're going to be following all of the commercial procedures along the way. So let's go and get inside the aeroplane and see what we need to do. So first things first, we've done the walk around already. I've updated the Navigraph data in the tablet. Interestingly, I don't know if this is a bug in the aeroplane or not. I came into here, it's showing the previous cycle on the nav data. So I did update nav data and it didn't say anything different. So I don't know whether there's actually a bug and you have to log out and back in again to get it to wake up to new cycles. But I'll just leave it as it is. Hopefully we won't trip over anything around that. So it has got a flight planner in the aircraft. We've already planned the flight already, so we don't need to use that. So we can go into My Flight, and if we click Import from Simbrief, you should get EGKK Gatwick to EDDH Hamburg. Okay, so there's all of the routing that we saw a moment ago. So flight level 410, we're going high. Departure time 16:30 local time. If we go and have a look, have we got a clock in the aeroplane? Not sure that we do actually. I think it appears on the main screens. Anyway, so yeah, if we look at any of these apps, we've got 15 minutes to get out of here. We better get moving then, hadn't we? So we have arranged everything, so we're going to go and look overhead and go and put the batteries on. External A and B can go to on as well. Interesting, I thought I'd just turned these on. Do we have a bug going on? They were being covered by the panel from this, weren't they? It's a common fault in the simulator. Okay, so those three are on. BAT 1, BAT 2, APU, BAT, and external A and B are on. Then if we come back to here, the check the strobe is on auto. It is nav and logo to 1 or 2, so we'll put it on 2 just to make a change. APU section, bottom, middle, master switch to on, and then start to on. You have to give it a few seconds normally. If you want to see the progress of the APU, then you can look down here and you can go, and this is going really slow in the cockpit for some reason. We can put the APU status on the screen and you'll see it coming up to speed. So there's the temperature raising, there's the speed. So as soon as it's generating voltage, we can obviously start using things. But while we're waiting for that, let's go back overhead. We can go and put the cruise supply on. We can go and arm the emergency lights. We can put the no smoking signs to auto. Then further overhead, we can go and rotate the ADIRS switches to nav. And we can come back down to the cockpit now and have a look. How are we doing for voltage? Oh, we got power now from the APU. Fantastic. It's available. So we'll leave that ticking over. We can get rid of that screen while we're here. So we can see the summary of closing doors and things like that. So it's fairly intelligent actually what it shows on this screen if you don't have any of the ECAM buttons pressed. The brightnesses look good across the cockpit, so we don't have to do anything there. So then we're going to go over to the tablet. He says famous last words. So there we go. We've already imported the main flight from Simbrief. Then we're going to go to, so we've done my flight. We're going to go to the payload and fueling app. And we're going to import all from Simbrief. Okay. And then that gets us our weights. We're going to do an instant load, which will load the aeroplane with everything. Payload set to aircraft. And then we're going to go to the takeoff performance app. So it's down here, and we can go. I have to get this right. I'm just reading my own notes here. Click Sync FMGS button. And that pulls the weight from the aircraft into here. Sync the weather. That pulls the weather data, and then you can go click Calculate, and then it'll work out your rotation speeds and so on, and performance data. Okay, and then you get the option to send all of this data straight through to the flight management guidance system. Okay, so then over on the MCDU, so we'll press Alt and 3, or we should be able to press Alt and 3 together. Okay, I'm going to show you how to set screens up. So I've mapped some buttons. So what we're dealing with here is there's a new version of this aeroplane that's wiped out my settings. So I'm just moving my view around. So while I'm here, I'm going to press Control, Alt and 3. So then if I press Shift and Space to come back to normal, I can now press Alt and 3 to go straight here. Okay, so we can see there's some stuff going on with the messages. We're just clearing out old messages. Then we go to init. Give it a moment and do an init request, which will pull the Simbrief flight plan in. Or it should. Famous last words. Has it not got the data? AOC route uplink is happening. What's going on? Okay. I wonder if it's not got the flight plan. Let's go and have a look. I thought we already had that. So my flight was in here. That worked. What happens if we view flight plan? Oh, we've got the OFP. Interesting. So this should, famous last words, have just loaded it, but it hasn't. Oh, maybe we have to go from and to. Some of these systems will insist you put from to in before you do the init request. They may have changed this. So we'll put EGKK in. And what was it again? EDDH. Otherwise we'll just program it by hand. Oh, it helps if you can type EGKK / EDDH. And we'll drop that in. Do you know, I think the airplane's broken. After doing all of that. Oh dear, you can't make this up, can you? I did wonder earlier with this not loading the data from Navigraph properly. So let's go and have a look. Update nav data. That's not happening, look. Let's try logging out of Navigraph. Let's try logging back into Navigraph. We'll do it with a browser and we'll approve the Navigraph account and allow. Linked. So come back in here. So that's done that. And it's got the nav data downloaded. The numbers changed, look. So nav data has now updated and it's showing the correct cycle. Let's see if that makes any difference then. Over here. So if we go to init again and do an init request, it's working. Okay, so there was a bit of a fly in the ointment there. So we've recycled the nav data in the simulator. And it's all working fine. So never mind. We're going to look in the wind as well. You can see we've already got wind data, so there's no need to go do that again. I pressed Alt and 3, didn't I, to get a nice square view of this. There we go. So we've got the basic routing in. If we go look in the flight plan, that's in. Obviously, we need to go and program the departure. So EGKK, departure, and let me get rid of this. So we're doing the Fran 1 mic out of runway 26 left. So 26 left, and Fran 1 mic, and insert. Okay, so then arrival into Hamburg. Arrival is runway 15 and the ribs 3 Delta. ILS 15 and ribs 3 Delta. And insert. Okay, so let's have a quick whiz down through and see if we have any discontinuities along the way. It's all looking actually very good. Yeah, that's fine all the way through, look. Okay, so performance data. We're going to go and confirm the takeoff data from the tablet, which pulls it all straight in. We can clear the message there. So that's filled all in the trim and everything. So up 5, 48 degrees, and then there's the rotate speeds. And go through climb, and next phase. We've got, so cost index of 53. That's all looking fine. Okay. So we haven't actually been and got our clearance yet. We've gone and programmed this in. We really should have called for clearance first. So VHF1, switch it on. And we should be able to communicate now with clearance. So we are Virgin 073, by the way, today. Clearance Virgin 073, requesting clearance to Hamburg as filed. Now I haven't said with information. Let's see if they complain about that. Clearance on request, stand by. So they'll come back to us in a moment and tell us our information. I haven't got a pen nearby. Terrible for this. So I'm going to cheat slightly and watch the transcript so I can read it back easily.
Baron 2 Hotel Juliet cleared to Hamburg via the Fran 1 Mike departure.
It's forgotten my identity.
Runway 26 left. Initial climb to flight level 060. Departure on 118.905 squawk 3425.
We are in an A340-300, so A343 I'm guessing. It's Virgin and it should have been 073. And we'll auto that, so Virgin 73. Okay, that's all good. So they call us the right name from now on. Cleared to Hamburg via the Fran 1 Mike departure. Departure runway 26 left. Initial climb flight level 060. Departure 118.195. Squawk 3425. Virgin 073. Let's get this handle out of the way. So they should say read back correct in a moment.
Virgin 073. Read back correct. Ground is on 121.805 safe flight, sir.
So that's done for the moment, so we can go and get this programmed in. A squawk 3425, we'll do that first. So clear 3425. And we'll make sure we're on standby at the moment. We are, which is always good. We'll put this on auto as well while we're at it. And we're at about the point in programming the aircraft up that we can go and set this. So flight level 060 for our initial climb. So we're going to go and turn the flight directors on for one thing. We're going to go also while we're here and calibrate the altimeters while we're doing the mode control panel or FGMC. And then we're going to go, so manage mode for speed, manage mode for heading. We want 6,000 feet for our initial climb we've been cleared to. And we can press forwards on that for managed mode, but it will take that, once we're flying. The auto throttle will come automatically on the runway when we push the throttles through to tow go or take off go around. Okay, so that's all looking absolutely fine. The constraints are switched on for the navigation display.
Tango on board is an A320. Requesting IFR clearance.
Let's just check the volume levels,
while I grab the paperwork.
So make sure they're not talking too heavily over the top of me while we're doing things. Okay, so we've done the performance data, we've done everything else. So we need to, have we got any standby attitude indicators or anything like that? No, we don't, not in this particular model. We've done the altimeters. We've done the FGCP, so go back overhead. We're going to go and put the seat belts on, or seatbelt signs I should say. We'll put them to auto. We're going to turn the external power off because we've got the APU powering the aeroplane. And then we're going to go shift 5, was it? Yeah, it was. And then come back over here to ground equipment, and we're going to remove the GPU from the aeroplane. And we'll leave this as important so we get access to the pushback controls. And we're going to call ground and request pushback. So we need to go and change frequencies to ground. So that's over here, 121805 at Gatwick. Something that's worth pointing out actually, we've got the live map working now in say intentions, so it's really good, and it can, I believe, somehow show you the taxi routes as well. And I can't remember how you do it. Controls, multiplayer, intercom, traffic, MISC. Is it in MISC? Standard mode. I think it's something you have to switch on somewhere. It's not in preview, is it? No. I'll leave it for the moment, but I'll do a special video all about it. You can have projected routes for taxiing on the map as well, which is really cool, I think. Obviously you can zoom in and out on this map and see other aircraft around you. Gatwick ground, Virgin 073 requesting pushback and engine start.
Virgin 073, pushback and engine start approved. face east.
So let's have a look at what that means. If we go back to the plan of the airport, we need to face east, obviously, to go around Juliet, I imagine. Pushback and engine start approved. Face east, Virgin 073. Thank you.
Thank you. Contact Tower 124.23. Have a good night. November 851 Tango Bravo.
So, within the aircraft, I think we can trigger pushback by pressing the back arrow. There we go. Let's get the parking brake off. Obviously in the real thing they'd be starting engines during pushback, but I've only got one set of hands, so I'm doing things in rather methodically and mechanically. And we're being pushed back the right direction for a change. Fantastic. So we are going to end up facing east. Be interesting to see if the simulator stops the pushback or if it just carries on pushing back. And if it goes to 45 degrees or 90 degrees.
Delta Juliet, contact tower on 124.23. Have a good morning.
Good morning, it's evening. What on earth are they talking about? So, are they going to stop the pushback? Yeah, they've just let us go. Look, we're rolling across the ground. Let's put the parking brake on. Oh, nearly did a wheelie there, look. Always amuses me. Okay, so we've stopped the pushback. It released on its own. And we're going to go and get the engines up and running. So, in the A320, we need to go and look overhead. Go and put the APU bleed on. Then we go, and I'm going to do this on my controls here. We turn the ignition system to start. And you can do this, I think you can start, I'm just going to check this. You start the engines in banks, I think. I'm just looking for it right now. So yeah, we can do engine 1 and 2. Oh, we need to, before we do that, let's just switch overhead quickly. Almost forgot, I've left the checklist way behind again. I'm terrible for doing this. Let's go and get the fuel pumps on. This is why you have 2 people in the cockpit in a normal aeroplane, because then they check what each other's doing, which is always going to be super helpful. Okay, so engines 1 and 2.
Gatwick ground. Citation Theory 33 is with you on the Pier 3.
You can see they're lit up and they're spinning up.
Tarmac, ready to taxi.
Get to ground. Skyways 514 requesting pushback and engine start. Skyways 514, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Lima Papa Bravo to runway 26 left for Theory 33.
So I'm just reading the live stream comments there about we got a real pilot in the stream by the sounds of it. I watched a very entertaining video talking to some pilots that had flown both the Boeings and the Airbuses, and they said in their opinion the Airbus was superior in almost every regard. They said the only thing that stuck in their mind about the Airbus versus the Boeings is you can smell the toilets in the Airbus that are near the cockpit, and you can't in the Boeings. Okay, we have some power kicking in there with the engines, so now we're going to go and switch on engines 3 and 4. It's also telling us to initialize the weights. I thought we'd already done that. Let's go and have a look at performance. Oh, I didn't go into... I bet we can't now. I didn't go sideways from here, did I? Not allowed. Oh dear. So it hasn't got some of its data, although we did pull the data across from the FMGC, so that's probably just a procedural message there. Yeah, because we loaded the data in one go, it would have done this for us, which is always useful. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at that while we're here. Up 5, we haven't got that look, and that will cause us trouble. So that's up 5 should be on here. And we need to set flaps to takeoff position, which is flaps 1. We need to pull this up. We need to put the predictive wind shear to auto. And we're going to check the ECAM messages, and it's all looking fine, except for that message. We can obviously clear that message out. Ground spoilers are armed, no smoking sign is on, seatbelt sign is on. We are ready to taxi.
Alpine 8671, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Alpine 8671.
Sim seems really jerky this
Delta
evening.
Kilo contact tower on 124.23.
So let's go and zoom in.
Switching to tower, Easy 74 Delta Kilo. I'll grab that.
Gatwick ground, this is Tom Jack 212, ready to copy IFR clearance to Edinburgh with information Quebec.
So we're just waiting for our chance to ask for taxi clearance. Gatwick ground, Virgin 073, requesting taxi to runway 26 left. Let's pull up Navigraph, it's a bit clearer normally.
Virgin 073, runway 26 left, taxi via Kilo, Papa, Alpha Sierra, Alpha.
Taxi via Kilo, Papa, Alpha Sierra, Alpha, Virgin 073.
Easy 53, Tango X-ray contact tower on 124.223.
On to ATC. Kilo, Papa, Alpha Sierra, Alpha. So we've got Kilo, that's where we are. Papa, Alpha Sierra, Alpha. So right turn after the island in front of us.
Bravo Whiskey, push and start approved.
The
72 Bravo Whiskey.
There's a bug there with the taxi. Sorry, the pushback. It was still connected.
Ground, Easy 14 Zulu Foxtrot, taxi to the ramp.
So I just had to quickly jump in and stop it.
Taxi to parking via Echo Romeo, hold short of runway 26
We should have put
right,
taxi lights on
then
as well, by the
Tango,
way.
Juliet, Romeo, Romeo Alpha, Quebec, Lima.
It just shows, look, this lower
Echo Romeo,
refresh
hold
rate
short of runway 26 right, then Tango, Juliet, Romeo, Romeo Alpha, Quebec, Lima, Easy
is
14
causing
Zulu
absolute
Foxtrot.
mayhem. I'm going to have to turn the head tracking completely off. Because it's this little bit jerky, it's making it almost impossible to hit small switches across the cockpit. The challenges of using head tracking. There's a bit of a queue, isn't there? So Alpha Sierra is the final one, so we go as far as we can before we turn left.
Ready to taxi.
There's Alpha November.
Easy 72 Bravo Whiskey, runway 26 left taxi via Lima, November, Alpha Sierra, Alpha.
So Alpha Sierra is where those are.
Runway 26 left taxi via Lima, November, Alpha Sierra, Alpha, Easy 72 Bravo Whiskey.
Ground, good afternoon. Speedbird 16 Heavy. Airbus A350 at gate 31 with information Echo. Reverse IFR clearance to Orly.
Virgin 073, contact tower on 124.23. Take.
Contact tower 124.23, Virgin 073 Heavy. So we need to go over to here and go switch to the tower frequency. Tower Virgin 073, holding behind traffic for runway 26 left.
Virgin 73 Heavy, London Gatwick Airport Tower, runway 26 left, backtrack approved.
I didn't actually ask for that, but anyway. We'll just queue up behind everybody else. Tower Virgin 073 at Alpha Sierra for runway 26 left. There's stuff coming in, look, you can see the lights. Hopefully we'll get clearance onto the runway soon. Trust me to pick a busy moment to do a flight.
Berlin 1 Charlie uniform cross, runway 26 right.
Cross runway 26 right, Berlin 1 Charlie uniform.
Is that him in front of us?
Easy 12 Kilo Lima, contact ground on 121.805.
Who is that in front of us? Let's have a look. We can't see their call sign, can we? Easy. Yeah, we haven't got their flight number. That's a shame.
Skyway 443, welcome to London Gatwick. Contact ground on 121.805.
Exercise in patience now. Are we waiting for this next aircraft to come in?
Contact ground on 121.805, Skyways 443.
It's one of the problems at Gatwick. There's only one runway in operation most of the time.
Air France 2508, holding short at Bravo 1, ready for departure.
London Gatwick Tower, Easy 17 Kilo Hotel established on the ILS, runway 26 left.
Easy 17 Kilo Hotel, roger. Easy 12 Kilo Lima, hold short of runway 26 right.
So who's that coming in
Short
there?
of runway 26 right, Easy 12 Kilo Lima.
Easy 84. It's an A319. That's the one we can see out there. It's about 5 miles out, 4 miles out. Shouldn't take too long. So if we go and look at the map, we're just waiting here to turn around and pull out onto the runway. The second runway at Gatwick isn't operational. There are plans that have just been put through to move. I'm not sure if they're moving the main runway or the standby or the second runway to move it further away, and therefore it will become operational.
Easy 12 Kilo Lima, hold short of runway 26 right.
26R, holding short, Easy 12 Kilo Lima.
Is he already behind us? Where's 26 Lima then? Here comes the one we're waiting for. So while we're here, rather than play plane spotters, let's go and check.
Runway 26 right.
Auto brake needs to go to max, and takeoff config test can be done now. Done. Pitch, trim, MCDU, CG disagree. So I set this. Oh, it's gone back to. It should have been 5, shouldn't it? Interesting. Why did that reset? Okay, that's all done. We're good to go as soon as we're given clearance. Shall we talk to the tower again? Gatwick Tower, just a reminder, Virgin 073 holding short, runway 26 left.
Virgin 073, runway 26 left. Hold short, A319 on the runway. Easy 84 November, Golf contact ground on 121.805.
Easy 84 November Golf.
He's just departing the runway, and there's yet another one coming in, I think. Yep, there is. Look at the queue on the ground. And if these lot are all coming in, this is going to be a nightmare. We'll end up sat here for hours.
London Gatwick Tower, Ryanair 8904 established on the ILS runway 26 left.
Ryanair 8904, roger.
London Gatwick Tower, Easy 25 Foxtrot Kilo established on the ILS runway 26 left.
Is he going round?
Kilo, roger. Easy 84 November Golf hold, short of runway 26 right.
Holding short of runway 26 right, Easy 84 November Golf.
There's no way he's landing. What do I know? He's got a hell of a slowing down job to do, though. Unless they're doing Oshkosh style landings.
Left, easy 78 Bob.
Seabird 003, contact departure on 118.48. Running 28 Quebec. Victor, contact departure on 118.48.
Oh, come on, let us go. We could get on the runway and leave before he comes in.
Gatwick Tower, Easy 13 Bravo Charlie established on the ILS runway 26 left.
Easy 13 Bravo Charlie, roger. Easy 84 November Golf hold, short of runway 26 right.
Holding short of runway 26 right, Easy 84 November.
While we're waiting for those, let's go and configure our intercoms within say intentions. So we want to have channel 1 be the co-pilot, and we'll go for Amanda, and we'll have channel 2 be the cabin crew, and we'll go for Caroline. Hi Caroline, could you just apologise to the passengers for the wait? There's a lot of traffic waiting to take off.
Of course, Captain. I'll make the announcement to the passengers right away. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely apologise for the wait. We are experiencing heavy traffic on the runway. Thank you
Easy
for your
84
patience.
November
We
Golf
prepare for
hold,
departure.
short of runway 26 right.
26R holding short, Easy 84 November Golf.
Is there much else coming in?
Easy 85 Charlie Romeo, contact ground on 121.805.
Ground, Easy 85 Charlie Romeo.
Yeah, they need to work a little bit on the animations, don't they, to make the approaches a bit smoother for the simulated aircraft. What time is this in the sim? We're live. This is live time. This is probably everybody flying into Gatwick at the end of the day. All the holiday makers coming home. It's fine, don't worry, I'm patient. I'll wait. I think this might be the last one we're waiting for coming in, and then we'll all get queued up to depart. Yep, 1648 UTC.
Easy 81, Bravo Juliet, contact you. Contact ground on 121.805.
Why do we have a caution? MCU disagree. Yeah, we've already fixed that. And we can clear the message. Okay, so there's nothing else in the sky behind this one, so this should be a case of clearing everybody out now. Unless they're going to wait for that one. I hope they don't. Right, come on, let us go. Today would be really good. Come on, let people line up immediately. You don't have to wait for him to leave the runway.
Easy 85, Charlie Romeo, cross runway 26 right.
Crossing 26 right, Easy 85, Charlie Romeo.
Oh, come on. Are they really going to make us wait for the next one as well? And the next one. You're having a laugh. They are as well, aren't they? There are planes on approach. That's what we're waiting for.
Easy 81, Bravo Juliet cross, runway 26 right.
So everybody that's leaving the runway behind us is being given clearance to cross. So we're lining up for 26 left. Just behind us, if I show you from outside, that's 26 right. So everybody leaving is being allowed to cross to come back to the terminals.
Easy 72 Papa Juliet, contact departure on 121.23.
Departure 121.23, Easy 72 Papa Juliet.
How long is this queue getting behind us? 1, 2, 3 this side. 1, 2, 3 that side. Oh my word. At least we're not at the back of the queue, hey?
Easy 76, Whiskey Charlie, hold short of runway 26 right.
Hold short of 26 right, Easy 76, Whiskey Charlie.
This is not VATSIM, this is Say Intentions, so everything is AI simulated. So all of these aircraft and the voices we're hearing are all being generated by machines.
London Gatwick Tower, Easy 18 Mike Juliet, established on the ILS, runway 26 left.
Easy 18, Mike Juliet, roger.
Is there anything else coming in behind them? No. Hurrah! Unless this one is. Oh no. Go away!
Easy 76, Whiskey Charlie, hold short of runway 26 right.
No, you can't tell the difference between the real and the AI pilots, but that's half the... That's a good thing, because you should treat them all equally. And so should the controllers. So the queue should start to unblock now, because I don't think there's anybody else on approach for the next few minutes. Let's remind the controllers. Tower, are you going to start releasing aircraft to take off anytime soon?
Virgin 073, we will release aircraft for takeoff as soon as possible. Please continue to hold short of runway 26 left.
Holding short, runway 26 left, Virgin 073.
down on 121.805, Scandinavian 682.
Easy 288. Contact departure on 126.825.
Departure 126.825.
The integration with Say Intentions is fantastic. Just reading the live stream comments there.
073. Heavy, no delay. A320 on a 7-mile final runway, 26 left. Wind 250 at 7. Cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 073. We have to get out there quickly. They're 7 miles out. We're going to forget this aeroplane in front of us. I think the simulator has gone wrong, or the simulation has gone wrong. Yeah, they vanished. Look. So we have to get on with this.
Cabin attendants, arm doors and cross-check. Welcome everyone on board on behalf of Virgin Atlantic, the captain and the crew on this flight to Hamburg. My name is Caroline and I'm your lead flight attendant today. Joining me are my fellow crew members James, Sarah, Emily and Tom. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. Now let's...
Okay, auto throttle's on.
To fasten it, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To adjust, pull the strap. And to release, simply lift the buckle. Remember, your seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Next, please return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position and ensure your window blinds are opened for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices like laptops should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. In the event of an emergency, oxygen masks will drop automatically. Pull the mask firmly towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. To put it on, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are also available.
So that announcement is happening way too late. They've obviously queued it normally. During taxi, they would be doing the talk.
The nearest exit may be behind you. In case of evacuation, please leave all personnel.
Virgin 073. Contact departure on 118.905.
Contacting departure 118.905, Virgin 073, thank you.
Easy.
Whoa, what's going on with the sim? Why? Oh, there's some sort of issue going on, I guess. Yeah. Departures Virgin 073 with you, climbing to 6,000 feet on departure from Gatwick. So while we're doing that...
Virgin 73, heavy, London Gatwick departure, identified. Climb. Flight level 060, direct D258 Bravo.
Air Mauritius 53 contact. Mauritius Tower on 118.1.
Climbing 060, direct D258 Bravo, Virgin 073. So that's interesting, they've said 060, that's... I guess it is, yeah, because the transition altitude is probably 6,000 feet, isn't it? So they're...
Virgin 073, climb flight level 230.
Climbing flight level 230, Virgin 073. So we're going to do an open climb to 23,000 feet because we've been told to. I'm just looking for the waypoint they told us to fly direct for. 258 was it? 258B. There's T. Yeah, I wonder if this is to do with the Navigraph update that happened yesterday or whenever it was. Where's 258B then? I can't see it. There's Zulu. That's 259 Zulu. Interesting. So if we do a search on the map, Navaids. Oh, okay, that was just the part of the SID.
Air Portugal 1356, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.48.
So we should be going to standard barometric pressure, by the way. Let's go do that.
124.48 Air Portugal 1356.
We're about to go through 10,000 feet, so landing lights can go off. We shouldn't have the APU on anymore, by the way. Missed that completely earlier. We're getting ready for this cockpit to get darker, so let's turn some of these brightnesses down.
Dear guests, the lavatories are now available for your convenience. You may also use your approved electronic devices in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you for choosing Virgin Atlantic.
So we don't need the ground spoilers armed anymore either. Flaps are already up.
Speedbird 33 kilo. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 12, 2000.
So let's go and make sure that this is all working now. This is on, auto. We can go TARA now, we're away from the airport.
124.23.
124.23 for Red Nose 4457. Good day.
Virgin 073, climb flight level 290. Speedbird 988, Golf contact Berlin Tower on 118.805.
118.805 for Speedbird 988.
Binary 2, W Juliet contact Stanford Tower 123.805.
123.805 for Ryanair 82 Delta Juliet. Good day.
Griffin 7 Sierra November contact London Gatwick Tower on 124.23.
124.23 for Griffin 7 Sierra November.
Virgin 073, contact London Control on 128.43.
Contacting London Control 128.43 Virgin 073. Good day. London Control Virgin 073 with you, climbing to flight level 230.
Virgin 73, London Control identified. Good evening.
It's always interesting at night because you can see the other aircraft's lights, so you can see everybody that's on the map. There's one over there, look, and probably some others. There's some more, look, out in front of us.
Gatwick departure, this is Felix 146 with your flight level 038.
So we're heading off towards the turn, look. So you can see there's an EasyJet at 8,000 feet, just below us then.
London Control.
There he is.
Cleared direct DET31, climb flight level 140.
Virgin 73, London Control, climb flight level 350.
Climbing flight level 350, Virgin 073. South end over there on the other side of the water is the Thames, snaking its way into London. Let's have a look from outside. Look at the other air traffic. It gives you a really good impression of it, doesn't it, in the evening? Because you can see all of their lights.
Easy radar contact.
Let's keep an eye on this. So we've actually missed the turn now, look. It's not doing a great job. So somebody only 1,500 feet below us there, look. Which was interesting.
Virgin 073, climb flight level 400.
Climbing flight level 400, Virgin 073. So you can see the target there on the altitude ribbon. We're in an open climb.
Can you repeat that, please? Speedbird 46 Echo, request radio check.
Speedbird 46 Echo, readability 5.
That one looks close. We can configure TCAS to look down, I think. It's interesting that we're not seeing them on this chart. What range have we got on here? 20 miles. They're obviously closer than that. They must be so far below us that they're not registering. Normally ATC will tell you if there's anything at the same altitude as you that you need to be aware of. Yeah, they're quite a long way below us, aren't they? So we're just coming up to 27,500 feet on our way up to 40.
Virgin 073, climb flight level 410.
Climbing flight level 410, Virgin 073. That's our cruise altitude, so we should have a fairly quiet rest of the flight. So I'm going to hand off radio comms while we're en route to the co-pilot, and then I won't have to take part and I can go make myself a coffee. So I am going to step away for a bit. Let me just check what the volume levels are like so you get to hear everything happening around the cockpit. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit for you. It's Amanda, isn't it, we chose as our co-pilot today. So hi Amanda, can you take over radio comms for a while please?
Sure, I'll handle the comms for now.
So we shouldn't have anything to do because we've already been targeted up to our, or cleared, sorry, up to our cruise altitude. So it's just babysitting the aeroplane really. We will have to put the departure information in when we're a bit closer into the MCDU, but other than that there's not much to do while you're en route. On a good day, when nothing goes wrong.
London Control, Speedbird 860 Juliet, flight level 180.
Speedbird 860 Juliet, radar contact.
So I'm just going to set the view nicely so you get to see the whole cockpit. It's a shame these screens are flickering. I wonder if we can dim them down enough that they'll stop flickering. The cockpit is going to get fairly dark. And I'm just trying to remember where the switches are for that. Oh, we got the ignition lift system still on. My bad. We don't need that. It's interesting that there's no indication of that on the eCam screen. You'd think that would be one of the things it would call out. So overhead, it's a good question actually. Where have they hidden the dome light switch in this version of the Airbus? There it is. Oh no, that's the emergency exit light. It's dome. Here we go. So we put it onto. Yeah, it's a bit too bright, isn't it? That's better.
Speedbird 46 Echo, request radio check.
So these guys are a few thousand feet below us.
Speedbird 46 Echo, request radio check.
Speedbird 46 Echo, roger, readability 5.
10 flight level 150, Speedbird 366.
So we're just clearing
Control, Emirates 163, flight level 390.
the London airspace, which is hugely complicated usually.
Emirates 163, radar contact.
See all the flickering lights, there's all aircraft all the way around us. Somebody at huge altitude up there. So just out of interest, who are they and where are they going and how high are they? So they're at 36, they're about to cross our path. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it stopped rendering them. That's a shame. There's another one over here. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for a bit. I'm going to be back soon. I'm going to go make myself a coffee. And just looking at the map, it's going to take a little while to fly over towards. So top of descent is going to be somewhere over the top of the Netherlands. And then we'll start dropping. It should be a bit later than that. If we were to check on the MCDU and zoom out a fair distance on the navigation display. Yeah, it's way out, much further on. It's not even marking it in, look, on that range. So if we look in here, we'll see it on the flight plan. He says, famous last words. Maybe they haven't simulated that. Speed error waypoint, that's fine. So if we go performance and initialization, so next phase, next phase, next phase, So let's go and put the data in just before I do go make my coffee so I don't forget. So Hamburg. We're going to go and open the airport, go to the weather for Hamburg, and we've got 1009 hectopascals. We've got a temperature of 9 degrees centigrade. The wind is showing here 204 at 9 knots, variable at 2 knots. So I'll leave that in place for the moment. We need to go and look at the chart though to figure out what the decision altitude is going to be. So 255 by the look of it, or thereabouts. So we'll just put 255 in on, that's going to be radio, isn't it? Okay. Oh look, there's the Pleiades. So which stars can we spot? If that's the Pleiades, then yeah, the stars are changing, aren't they? It's getting later in the year. I always forget which way around this is, so if that's the Pleiades, that's going to be the end of Taurus, isn't it? Or is it the other way around? Was Taurus down here? Should put it from outside. I always find it much easier to spot the constellations in the real sky than in the simulator. The Pleiades is obvious though.
Affirm climb and maintain flight level 220.
341, trying to maintain flight level 220.
Easy 341 climb and maintain flight level 260.
Maintain flight level 260, easy 341.
So, fun fact about the Pleiades, it has lots of names that the conspiracy theorists love. But yeah, various different cultures have different names for it. I think it's one of the, I'm not sure if it was China or one of the Asian countries, it's known as the Seven Sisters of Industry, which is where we get Seven Sisters from, for its name. Obviously that means that's like aliens that make machines. No, but anyway. There's another plane crossing our path, look. Zooming along, heading towards London, no doubt. Right, coffee time for me. I'm going to leave it here. Leave you in the cockpit with Amanda. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Virgin 073, expect the Rib 3 Delta arrival. I'll call your descent in roughly 15 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
Expecting Rib 3 Delta arrival. We'll notify if ready to descend earlier. Virgin 73.
Virgin 073, contact Amsterdam radar on 120.555.
Switching to Amsterdam radar on 120.555. Virgin 73. Amsterdam radar, Virgin 73. Good evening. Maintaining flight level 410.
Virgin 73, Amsterdam radar identified. Good evening.
Dear guests, we have now reached our cruising altitude, and the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly. You can look forward to enjoying some of our popular items, like the delicious cheese and crackers or our refreshing fruit juices. After the service, we will also have selected items from the Virgin Atlantic shop available for you. Thank you for your attention, and we hope
Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on the live stream conversation there. It's an interesting one about the ATC radio telephony conversations. I think one of the best ways to learn is to join a group flight.
Flight level 350.
There's a group that excuse me, there's a group that I fly with quite regularly when I get the opportunity to, called My Air.
Sorry about that, can you please say that again for region 625?
My Air operate
Region 625, contact
human.
Langen radar on 128.5.
Just wait for them to finish doing their instructions.
Contact Langen radar on 128.555, region 625, thank you, bye-bye.
So yeah, My Air operate.
Bird 959er.
Crikey.
Contact London Control on 135.425.
Are they going to go quiet now? So yeah, if you're just getting involved in doing IFR flights and you'd like to take on board doing the radio comms as well,
KLM 30 Echo contact.
then go take a look at My Air Virtual on the internet.
134.53 for KLM 30 Echo. Good day.
So the way My Air operate is it's a group flight, so a few of you fly from one airport to another, sort of 500-600 miles apart, and somebody, or perhaps multiple people if there's enough on the flight, will nominate themselves as air traffic controllers, and they will control everybody else en route. So you'll talk using Discord in voice channels to the controllers.
KLM 90 Yankee contact Rotterdam. Approach on 131.155.
131.155 for KLM 90 Yankee.
But yeah, the whole point of My Air is to provide a kind of relaxed environment in which to do the flight, and it's a great learning opportunity.
Bravo, flight level 330.
Bravo, radar contact.
The great thing about talking to a human ATC on a flight, even if it's only a simulated flight and a simulated ATC, is that if you get something wrong, nobody's going to mind. So it's a great learning environment, and you might just get a chuckle from people if you do something wrong, or whatever. If it goes south during the flight, all you're going to get is some laughter and jokes, because we've all been there. You're not going to get told off. It's not like VATSIM where you might get reprimanded for not following the rule book or not saying things quite right. As long as your intentions are understood, you might get gently directed to how you should ask for something rather than how you did. But it's all about learning and enjoying it and having fun, rather than having a rule book and having some taskmaster on the other end of the radio.
Piper 89 Alpha. Contact Dutch Milk Info on 132.35.
Dutch Mill on 132.35, thank you.
So James is asking, did Say Intentions change the experience for me? Is it in a positive way? Yes, and massively so. So the big difference, obviously, during an IFR or instrument rules flight, when you're using ATC, is not only how flexible Say Intentions is, but also it's fully staffed everywhere all the time, which has always been the Achilles heel of things like VATSIM. Also, its flexibility shines through in comparison to competing products such as Beyond ATC. I have a Beyond ATC account. I hardly ever use it. I did when it first came out, and then as soon as Say Intentions arrived, it was so much better and more flexible in terms of understanding you, and you don't have to have a very rigid script you're following. It's flexible enough to understand what you're asking for. You can have a conversation with the controllers or with the people in the cabin as well. So for example, we can turn around to the cabin crew. Hi cabin crew, can we have some hot drinks in the cockpit please? So they'll take a couple of seconds and they'll come back to us when they get a chance.
Of course, Captain. I'll bring some hot drinks to the cockpit right away.
You can also have a mentor in the cockpit with you in Say Intentions. So if you don't know about how to do something, you can privately ask them inside the cockpit how to do something, which is, you know, a fantastic resource to have. Of course, that also relies on you asking the right questions as well. But it's fairly straightforward. And also, the mentors know everything about the aeroplanes. So if you're stuck in an A320 or whatever it is, about some technicality of how to manipulate the controls in the cockpit to do something, the mentor can help walk you through that. Yeah, so Denny is saying on the live stream chat about the accents of the air traffic services personnel. That's one of the amazing things about it. It has thousands of voices. So when you're flying internationally, you're going to get the context appropriate voices for wherever you are in the world. It's very, very good. So let's just chop the range down now to 160 miles. So let's have a look at where LittleNavMap. I've only got this set for 777 I haven't got a performance file for this aircraft. So typically you use the 3-to-1 rule. We're coming down. We know at RIBSO we needed to be at, what was it? Below 11,000 feet basically. So we're at 40, so we've got to lose 30,000 feet, so you're going to be looking at 3 times that in terms of miles. So the 3-to-1 rule, 3 miles for each 1,000 feet. So we've got to lose...
Jonathan, First Officer Amanda, would you like anything to drink or a small snack? I'll make you the strongest one, just in case we do an extra lap today.
I've got a coffee already, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Captain.
So yeah, the 3-to-1 rule, if you're losing 30,000 feet before we get to RIBSO, you're looking for 90 miles. Yeah. So obviously you can't measure that easily on Navigraph. You can do it on Say Intentions. So there's RIBSO. If you were to go measure out of there for 90 miles. So what you could do in the cockpit as well is, I think you can draw circles in the Airbuses. You can put fixes in. I can't remember how you do it. So if we go to RIBSO, fix info. So if we put the reference fix and we go RIBSO, we had a fuel warning there. I'll go check that in a minute. And we want a radial of, say, 90 miles around, so a radius 90 miles around RIBSO. And there it is. So when we cross that line, we know to start descending. Makes sense?
Amsterdam info, Singapore 318, flight level 3900.
Singapore 318, radar contact.
So if you do get hung up, and obviously there's quite a significant cost associated with Say Intentions, but if you do want kind of an easy route into it, go and check out My Air Virtual and join one of their group flights. They fly on Tuesday and Thursday evenings, UTC. 8 p.m. is takeoff, but if you arrive from kind of 7:30 p.m. onwards,
Delta India Charlie Kilo Shuttle,
then you can say hello. They use a program called Transmitter that I originally wrote.
Active.
So if I go and run Transmitter in the background, you'll see it.
Clearance on request. Stand
So I'm
by.
connecting to the My Air Transmitter server. So what Transmitter is doing, if we go and look in LittleNavMap, this is how they do their ATC. We turn on, that little red aeroplane is me, as far as anybody can see that configures LittleNavMap to do it. So every 5 seconds it's reflecting my position, and that's how the air traffic services personnel at My Air can track the aeroplanes. Also, Transmitter has an online radar, so we can go to radar.transmitter. No, sorry, radar.virtualflight.online. I thought. Okay. Oh, it's Transmitter, sorry. Don't know my own website. .virtualflight.online, there we go. And open the radar display and you will see there's me. Well, there was me. Oh, I'm on a different server, sorry. What I'd have to do is go into transmitter. I'll disconnect from my air, connect to Virtual Flight Online.
073, cleared ribs, 3 Delta arrival
and
into
you'll
Hamburg.
see me.
When you're ready, descend.
There I am.
Flight level 1.
I've just lit up. And we've just got some
Cleared
comms.
ribs, 3 Delta arrival into Hamburg. Descend flight level 170 when ready. Virgin 73.
So 170. So yeah, we've got about 30 miles to go until we need to descend. So should we go and tell Amanda that I'll take over now? So all I was going to show you on here is, yeah, this will track us in exactly the same way. You can turn on interpolation in this, so enable smooth movement. So on the next update, yeah, we'll start moving smoothly, look. And you can move the labels around. So if you spot somebody on the map using transmitter, or a whole cluster of people using it, there's not many people using it today. Look, there's a few people on the ground, maybe getting ready for a group flight over here. So you can drag them around to see who they are. And you can pull up a table of the people who are using it at that moment. But yeah, so that's transmitter anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go and disconnect transmitter and get rid of it for the moment. Let's just narrow down the number of things we're doing here simultaneously. Hi Amanda, I'll take over radio comms now.
Sure, Jonathan. You're in charge of the comms
India
now.
Charlie Kilo Sierra requesting IFR clearance to Echo Hotel Alpha Lima Asphalt.
Flight level 170. Okay, why is the sim suddenly paused? There it goes. Who are we talking to again? We're talking to Amsterdam Radar. Amsterdam Radar, Virgin 073, descending to flight level 170.
Virgin 073, descend to flight level 170.
Oh, by the way, I did get them backwards earlier. That's the end of Taurus, which would align with what we knew earlier, which is that's the Pleiades. So Taurus, the Pleiades.
Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lavatories is no longer permitted.
For some reason, my memory came back to me. So why is this trying to slow down so significantly? I don't understand that. I'm going to tell it not to do that. Which will allow us to descend. That's very odd. It's got some incorrect speeds in here by the look of it. 0.81, or it's not following them at least. So I've got 0.76 in here. Let's go and take that back up to 81 then. So it'll use the descent rate to accelerate. And then it'll lift the nose again. In fact, yeah, there's nothing in here until we get to the constraints. That's rather odd. It's like it hasn't calculated. Have we got some discontinuities in here or something? Why has it not calculated? Oh, we didn't put the weights in at the start, did we?
Contact Bremen Radar on 124.24.
Contacting Bremen Radar, 124.24, Virgin 073. Good day. Bremen radar, Virgin 073 with you, descending to flight level 170 on approach to Hamburg.
Virgin 73, Bremen radar identified. Good evening.
So let's go and have a quick look on the way in at the charts. So we're coming in quite a long way out still at the moment, but it'll all happen quite quickly when we get there. We'll be busy. Just wanted to check, if we go and look on the ILS chart, it will tell us the transition altitude, which is 5,000 feet, at which point we go to local barometric pressure, which is 1009, or it was about 20 minutes ago. We're dropping out of the sky at the moment, down to 33,000 feet. Got 80 miles to go. So RIBSO is there, we need to be at flight level 110. You can see the constraint is appearing on the navigation display. Look outside. Okay, let's reduce the range on the navigation display down to 80 miles now. Coming down to 29,000 feet and descending quickly. This is not giving us any data, is it? This is because we didn't put the weights in at the start, so it's not going to anticipate our descent rate. It has missing data, look. Interesting, so we'll have to work around that. Just be a little bit more vigilant than normal. So about 60 miles out now from being where we need to be at 110. We've only been cleared down to 170 at the moment. Let's go and check the data is correct for the ILS. 109.55, 149 degrees. Radio navigation 109.55, 149 degrees. It's all looking good. So we just need to manage our descent and our airspeed. Keep the airplane on track. Bring the lights on at 10,000 feet. Start decelerating. Remember, we're on manual speed, so when we get to 10,000 feet we're going to need to bring it down to 250 knots ourselves. May have to throw the spoilers out to help that happen quickly. We're only coming at down 2,000 feet a minute. Obviously you can do the distance and time calculations yourself to figure out. Another way you can cheat if you're not so good at mental arithmetic is if you go into LittleNavMap. Obviously it knows the route, and if you imagine stretching that out in a straight line, if you put the... there we go, look. It's got a vector it draws, so you can see where you are in relation to the descent down towards RIBSO, which is where you've got a constraint. So we're not coming down quite steeply enough. So what we're going to do is put the spoilers out. So you can see speed brakes has been highlighted. I've just put it to speed brake 1 at the moment. You'll see that's made the the glide path a little bit steeper. Obviously it's getting a bit cluttered now, so we'll bring that in again to 40 miles now. So we got Ribso showing up.
Virgin 73 Bremen radar, descend flight level 070.
Descending flight level 070, Virgin 073. So it's open descent to 070. Just out of interest, if we said manage descent, will that give us the descent profile? No. So that really has messed us up, not having the weight information programmed in. Let's just go and check while we are looking at the fuel prediction. Yeah, look, there's the numbers we should have had at the start. That's interesting to know, though. You can program them into here. So that should give us the predictions now. Yeah, there's the prediction, look. So we're coming down towards, if you remember looking in here, so LittleNavMap obviously wasn't super accurate, but we're almost on the line, look, and you can see that happening here. We're coming down to the profile. So we could go now for manage descent and let the aeroplane take care of just following the descent profile automatically, and we can also go manage speed mode. Now we've got the performance data in the MCDU. All of the systems are coming alive, so we don't have to go and fudge it. So it's predicting now, and you'll look on the flight plan now and you will see, look, all the numbers are filled in. But that's interesting. I hadn't realized that before on this version of the aircraft, at least, that you can put that in after the fact on the fuel prediction screen. That's a really good tip there then, if you do miss that during departure. And I miss so many things during departure because I'm usually talking, or you know, everything's interesting and everybody's interested in different things, and it's easy to become sidetracked.
Virgin 073, contact radar on 120.54.
Contacting radar 120.54, Virgin 073. Good day. Radar Virgin 073 with you, descending to flight level 070 on approach to Hamburg.
Virgin 73 Heavy, radar identified. Good evening, expect the ILS runway 15 approach into Hamburg.
Expecting ILS runway 15 into Hamburg, Virgin 073. Why are the screens flickering? We're about to get a power failure. Descending into the cloud, that's for certain. So goodbye, starry skies. Coming down to 13,000. We're on profile still. The aeroplane doesn't do a great job of holding the speed. It's yeah. I guess it's somewhat complicated. So you can see the airport now. Not far away. Turning towards Ribso. On the money with the altitude. So there's the profile for the descent. as we get to 10,000 feet, obviously it's going to want to decelerate to 250 knots. So we'll help it do that with some spoilers. We got some tight turns coming, so we'll need to get the speed down.
Turn left heading 050 vectors for the ILS runway 15 approach.
Okay, they're going to make us disregard this. Turn left heading 050 vectors for ILS runway 15 Virgin 073. So because there's no traffic around, they're letting us go direct. So we're going to do an open descent in that case to 7,000 feet. And we're going to put the spoilers out. To get the speed down to 250, look, as we come through 10,000. So landing lights go on. This is quite a common eventuality with, say, intentions. If there's not much traffic around, there's no point following the star. The star. So, yeah, there's nothing ahead of us, look, on the star. So they're vectoring us straight across the star. They haven't told us to go for a specific waypoint yet.
Virgin 073 Heavy, proceed direct CI-15. Descend altitude 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 15 approach.
Go direct CI-15, Virgin 073.
We are now on our final approach into Hamburg. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in their full upright position with your seat belts fastened.
Direct.
Our assigned gate is Terminal 1, Gate 04.
CI-10
Thank you for your cooperation.
at
And
5.
we hope you enjoyed your flight with Virgin Atlantic.
Okay, so how do we execute that? There's no. This is a bug. That's interesting. Oh my word. What you should be able to do is just go direct, say CI-15, and execute it. What has gone wrong with this? Oh, here we go, it's working. So what altitude do we need to be at CI-15? Did he tell us? To send 3000. So I'm going to leave the spoilers out because we need to come down in a hurry. We're at 250 knots and we're going to start controlling speed ourselves because we're not doing the managed flight plan anymore. So let's come down to 180 knots. This is going to be a lot to happen quite quickly. Look, we're only 20 miles out. So we need to be 3000.
Lufthansa 510, contact Hamburg Tower on 121.28.
Okay, let it go a bit faster so it won't concentrate on slowing down.
Lufthansa 510. Thank you for your service. Bye.
Go flaps as well, so we're crow braking. Speed brake. The speed limits on flaps. We can go flaps 2 at 200 knots. Not quite yet. We're still waiting for the aeroplane to slow down. We're going to be a little bit high, which is a bit of a problem in this big heavy lump of an aeroplane. And we need to come out of this now. It was 5,000 feet, wasn't it? The transition altitude, so we're just approaching it. Okay, let's go for the next level of flaps. We're good now. And then bring the speed down to 180. going to be high. But not too high. We've got until DevOD really to get down, so we've got to be above 3,000 at CI15, 3,000 at DevOD, so I can get rid of the spoilers now. We don't need them. We're good.
Virgin 073, contact Hamburg Tower on 121.28 when established.
Contacting Hamburg Tower 121.28 when established, Virgin 073. So what they're asking about established there is if we put a landing system on, for example,
Nordic 27
you'll
Golf
see
Echo, radar contact.
there comes the glide
Climb and
slope.
maintain 8,000.
When this is fairly near the middle, we'll go over the tower.
Nordic 27 Golf Echo.
So this will, when we hit the centre line, basically.
Nordic 27 Golf Echo, contact Bremen radar on 125.855.
So the airplane's starting to bank right. It's bringing the CDI in. We'll go approach mode.
Golf Echo, good day. Nordic 27 Golf Echo, climb and maintain flight level 170.
If we look out in front of us, it's a fairly misty look. We can't see anything out there.
Flight level 170.
Let's go gear down.
Golf Echo.
And bring the speed down.
Hamburg departure, good morning.
It's going to sing on the radio then, I thought.
Direct DH250 Lufthansa 7 Echo. Climb flight level 210 Lufthansa 7 Echo.
So full flaps.
Lufthansa 7 Echo, contact Bremen radar on 125.855.
So we're just flying in at 3,000 feet. You'll see the glide slope is coming in slowly. Can't see anything yet. It's a bit cloudy out there, isn't it? There's a few local road lights below us, but not much to go on. So we're going to go over to tower now. Hamburg Tower, Virgin 073 with you on approach. We're on the glide slope under localizer. Have they heard us?
Virgin 73 Heavy, Hamburg Tower, roger, continue approach runway 15.
Continuing approach, runway 15, Virgin 073 Heavy.
Eurowings 1 Romeo Charlie,
So we start descending.
23, cleared for takeoff.
Who's
Virgin
that?
73 Heavy, Hamburg Tower, winds calm, runway 15, cleared to land.
So what was that? Clear to land, runway 15, Virgin 073 Heavy. So we're going to turn off the autopilot now and take over. We have to press this button to stop the alarm. So just to prove we're in control of the plane, I'll give the wings a waggle.
Delta Alpha, Alpha Victor, Charlie hold short of runway 23.
Let's bring it down to 150 knots.
Delta Alpha, Alpha Victor, Charlie.
Hamburg Tower.
Off to the right, so we'll just correct for that.
Request IFL clearance.
You see that here, look. So full disclosure, I did that on purpose, otherwise I'd have nothing to show you.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Information remains current. Clear to Warsaw Airport via Rama 6 Delta departure.
So a little bit high.
Runway 15, interclimb to 5,000 feet. Departure on 120.54, squawk 3216. Later to Kilima.
Lufthansa Tree Mike Alpha, contact ground on 121.805.
Hamburg Tower, here's Eurowings 258 with information Juliet,
drop
request
down onto
Alpha
the
clearance
cloud
to
slope.
Manchester.
Stand by. You're number 1. Eurowings 258, cleared to Manchester via the West Air 4 Bravo departure runway 23. Initial climb to flight level 050, departure on 120.54 squawk 3511. Eurowings 1 Romeo Charlie, contact departure.
Over to departure, Eurowings 1 Romeo Charlie.
Lufthansa 258, clear to Manchester via the VSN 4 Bravo departure runway 23, initial climb to 5,000 feet, squawk 3511.
Eurowings 258, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.805.
Ground will be on 121.805 when ready. Lufthansa 258, Eurowings 258.
Delta Alpha Alpha Victor Charlie, hold short of runway 23.
Holding short of runway 23, Delta Alpha Alpha Victor Charlie.
Hamburg Tower, Austrian 25 Mike, established on the ILS runway 23.
Austrian 25 Mike, Roger. Delta Sierra Uniform Charlie, Bravo, hold short of runway 33.
Holding short of runway 33, Delta Sierra Uniform Charlie Bravo.
Okay, reverses.
Clear to land runway 23, Lufthansa 3 Hotel Uniform.
Lufthansa 3 Hotel Uniform, welcome to Hamburg. Contact ground on 121.805. Eurowings 3 Mike Delta, contact departure on 120.54.
Contact departure 120.54, Eurowings 3 Mike Delta.
Okay, we should get the call to transfer over to ground.
Virgin 073, welcome to Hamburg. Contact ground on 121.805. Delta Sierra Uniform.
Contacting ground 121.805, Virgin 073. Hamburg ground, Virgin 073, just exiting runway 15, requesting taxi to gate.
Germany, and is often referred to as the gateway to the world. It's also famous for its beautiful canals and historic architecture.
So the landing lights can come off, the taxi lights can go on, and the strobes can go. Oh, they're on
Virgin
auto.
073, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 04 via Echo 1, hold short of runway 23, then Alpha 5, Zulu 1. Good day.
If you have a connection, please listen
So let's go and pull that
Flight
up.
number VS 123 to Frankfurt.
Taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 04 via Echo 1, hold short runway 23, then Alpha 5, Zulu 1. Virgin 073.
Thank you.
Oh, the sim's paused again. Why is it paused? Okay, who's this guy? I thought I turned my multiplayer off. Is he about to taxi straight through us?
Eurowings
Oh, it's a standoff.
258, engine start approved. Runway 23, taxi via Zulu 1 Orange, Zulu 3 Alpha 1.
So we're holding short runway 23. What's going to happen? Are we waiting for this guy to take off, maybe? Oh, this one. Okay.
Taxi to runway 23 via Zulu
We'll pretend
1,
this little guy
Zulu
doesn't
3,
exist. He's in the wrong place.
Alpha 1, Eurowings 258.
Who is he?
Eurowings 4501, request pushback.
It's that little husky.
Eurowings 4501, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Eurowings 4501.
So
Delta Foxtrot, Yankee Tango, Kilo, runway 15 taxi via Yankee 4, Delta 1, hold short of runway 33, then Bravo 6, Zulu 3, Alpha 5, hold
Terminal 1
short of
Gate
runway
4.
23.
Runway 15 taxi via
23, then Bravo 6, Zulu 3, Alpha 5, hold short of runway 23, Delta Foxtrot Yankee Tango Kilo.
Speedbird 969 Hotel, request pushback.
Speedbird 906.
Okay, right in the middle of the far left building there.
Push and start approved. Speedbird 969.
So over here. Fort is there, look.
Lufthansa 112 Heavy, request IFR clearance to Munich.
Clearance on request. Stand by. Lufthansa 112, read back correct.
Ground Virgin 073 requesting clearance to cross runway 23.
Eurowings 3, Bravo Romeo, cleared for push and start. Virgin 073, cross runway 23, approved.
That was a bit presumptuous, seeing as there was somebody landing on it. So we're about to run over the Husky and turn him into spare parts.
Eurowings 258, pushback approved. Face north.
Eurowings 258.
We'll be really kind. Oh look, it's disappeared, the aeroplane that was facing us. So we have no need to do this. We're being super kind for nobody now.
Speedbird 969 Hotel, ready to taxi.
What are GA aeroplanes doing?
Speedbird 9069er Hotel,
here?
Runway 15 taxi, via Z1 Blue, Zulu 5, Zulu 3, Alpha 5, hold short of runway 23, then Echo 1.
So 4 is on the junction, isn't it, there? Do we need to be careful with wing clearance with the other aircraft?
Delta Whiskey
Yes, we do.
X-ray Kilo, give way to the GA ahead.
Okay, so controllers do know about the GA plane. What is he doing here?
Eurowings 3 Bravo Romeo, runway 23 taxi via Z1 Orange, Zulu 3, Alpha 1.
Oh my word, there's another one.
Runway 23 taxi via Z1 Orange, Zulu 3, Alpha 1, Eurowings.
Well, our wing will pass over the top of him.
Virgin 073, cross runway 23.
Yeah, we already did that. So which one's 4? Is it presumably the one with the ground furniture?
Taxi via Zulu 4, Z1 Blue, Alpha
Oh no,
5,
we should have been over
runway
here.
23, then Echo 1.
Runway 15 taxi via Zulu 4, Z1 Blue, Alpha 5, hold short of runway 23, then Echo 1, Finnair 2 Kilo Echo.
Ground Alpine 49 Hotel Lima, request IFR clearance to Malpensa.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Cleared to Malpensa via the Amlu 2 Charlie departure runway 5, initial climb to 5,000 feet, departure on 120.54, and squawk 4523, Alpine 49 Hotel Lima.
Upper ground, Lufthansa 5 Echo, stand, gate, Bravo 5. Request IFR clearance to München with information Victor.
Okay.
Ground Austrian 25 Mike, taxi to the gate.
So, what are we doing? Wrong thing.
Austrian 25
Ground
Mike, taxi to
equipment.
parking via
Attach
Delta
the
6, Delta 1, hold short of
GPU.
runway 33, then Bravo 6, Zulu.
And then go ground power.
Delta 6, Delta 1, hold short of runway 33, then Bravo 6, Zulu, Austrian 25 Mike.
Ground Virgin 073 is on the blocks.
Over to tower, Eurowings 3 Bravo Romeo.
Virgin 073, roger. Virgin 73, welcome to Hamburg. Taxi to Terminal 1, Gate 04 via Echo 1, hold short of runway 23, then Alpha 5, Zulu.
It doesn't understand that, does it? Oh well. It's quite common in when you've got human controllers, you might say on the blocks, and they would, welcome you and close your flight plan. Obviously, say intentions just doesn't do that, so not a problem. Let's go and turn off the
Delta
fuel
Alpha
pumps.
Victor Whiskey, Mike, runway 15 taxi via Yankee 4, Delta 1, hold short of runway 33, then Bravo 6,
Turn off the
Zulu 3,
ADIS,
Alpha 5,
turn
hold short
off
of runway
the
23.
oxygen, We've disarmed the lights. We're ready to shut down, really. So I'll leave it running on minimal systems for the moment. We can go and put the cabin lights on, actually.
Eurowings 4501,
Internal
contact
lights.
tower on 121.28.
Put them up to bright. There we go.
Tower, Eurowings 4501.
So, I think the insides of this plane are modelled. So obviously I haven't got passengers. Oh no, I've got the freight version. Oh, it's interesting. I've got the freight version today. Or have I? Yeah, I have. That's why we saw the freight options. I had inadvertently loaded the freight version. So when we had all the talking to the cabin crew, that was all nonsense.
Hamburg, ground, Lufthansa 122. Request clearance and...
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed that today. So let's go and shut say intentions down for today. So yeah, that was the Inibuilds A340 with a little flight over from Gatwick to Hamburg. It was quite eventful because obviously I missed those weights early on. So, but then the major learning today, always a school day, is in the fuel prediction page. You can go and populate the numbers, which was really useful to us because then it gave us our descent profile and all the calculations in the MCDU, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.